No matter where you stand on immigration reform, a lack of resolve here has become a major problem for our neighbors to the south. Deportations of illegal immigrants have caused the homeless population in Tijuana to explode. I recently crossed the border to see firsthand this humanitarian issue it's created.
It's difficult to believe until you actually see it. Stunning when you do. People, hundreds of homeless living in the riverbed of the Tijuana Canal.
Check when there's somebody in there. Hey, go.
Others choose to live here, inside the dark maze of canal tunnels. We're only 50 yards inside before we find a collection of scraps and several small shanties. This is Michelle. She's lived in the tunnel for 2 months.
She says she's willing to get out of this kind of life, but she just needs some help.
We were here back in 2006 when only a handful of drug addicts were hiding inside the canal tunnels just to get high. Back then, the Tijuana police just hauled them off to jail. But we have returned to find the police no longer make arrests. The homeless population is just too overwhelming.
Over 400,000 individuals were deported out of the United States last year alone. Most are from Mexico or South America, and every day hundreds are dropped right here in Tijuana. They have no transportation, no job, no money, and no home, and most of them end up right here in the canal of the Tijuana River.
We think there are at least 4,000 people living there every day.
And you now call this your biggest problem in Tijuana?
Right now is our biggest problem.
This coming from the guy who 4 years ago, the cartel was the biggest issue you had.
But most never leave because home for them is with family back in the United States.
A lot of these people, they have the idea to go back to the United States, so they want to stay in the canal.
How long have you lived in this bunker?
People like Ismail. He's one of 4 people who live in this underground bunker in the riverbed. He tells us he used to work construction in Riverside before he was pulled over by police and deported. He lives like this, close to the border, for the opportunity to one day return to his family.
Do you want to go home, or do you want to go back to the United States? What do you want to do from here?
¿Qué quieres hacer, hijo? ¿Te quieres quedar aquí? ¿Te quieres regresar a Estados Unidos? ¿O qué es lo que haces aquí?
Quiero regresar a Estados Unidos.
He wants to go back to the U.S.
You have family there?
¿Tienes familia allá, hijo?
Sí.
And here's another one.
They build houses in trees, under bridges, but most are not afraid to make their homes right out in the open in the canal. Some, like Arturo, make money by recycling. His goal is to raise just enough money to hire a coyote or board a panga and get back across the border to his family in Santa Ana.
So you would rather just go illegally with the coyote just to get home?
Prefieres irte legalmente con el coyote, ¿verdad? Que irte a tu casa de tanta.
Don't have any other choice?
No tienes otra alternativa.
No, pues tengo mi familia allá.
He says I don't have a choice. He has family over there, and he was willing to try to go back.
Wow, incredible. What do they do when it rains?
Well, that's the problem. We were there back just last month when we had our most recent rainstorm, and the problem was the river floods. That's the issue there. All the homeless were gone, but we're told that as soon as the water recedes, they just come back, they rebuild their bunkers and their shanties after that water goes away. And we've got a lot more of this on 10news.com as well as on our Facebook page. That's where you can leave your own comments on this story.
A growing problem,
yes.
Steve. Thank you.